Ahoy shipmates, and welcome back to the Cruise Ship Safety and Security channel, the only place where we talk about safety procedures with the enthusiasm of a karaoke night. Today's topic, one that's as thrilling as it is deadly. Confined spaces. We're covering everything you need to know, as guided by the holy grail of safe shipboard practice, COSWP. That's the Code of Safe Working Practices. Not a Marvel villain, but just as powerful if you use it right. So, grab a brew, sharpen your brain, and let's jump into the tight, dark world of spaces you really shouldn't be jumping into. Let's start with the basics. What is a confined space? Well, according to COSWP and the Health and Safety Executive, it's any enclosed or partially enclosed space where there's a reasonably foreseeable risk of serious injury from hazardous substances or dangerous conditions. Translation: if it's got one way in, hardly any air, and looks like something from a submarine horror film, it's probably a confined space. Examples: we've got ballast tanks, void spaces, pump rooms, engine sumps, that dodgy compartment under the crew mess where the floorboards creak and no one's seen the cat since Tuesday. Confined spaces don't always look dangerous. Some even look cozy, until you realize the air's disappearing faster than the biscuits in the galley. Here's what can go wrong. Oxygen deficiency. You pass out, not dramatically, just thud. Toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide, smells like rotten eggs, acts like an assassin. Explosions. If flammable vapors meet your mobile phone or Roscoe's vape. Engulfment, in water, oil, sand, or something we can only describe as technical sludge. Heat stress. It's like working in a pizza oven, minus the cheese. So how do we not end up as a cautionary tale? Enter COSWP, the Code of Safe Working Practices for Merchant Seafarers. It's our safety Bible, checklist, and rescue plan, all rolled into one. And when it comes to confined spaces, COSWP lays it out clearly. Full risk assessment, permit to work, gas testing, ventilation, trained personnel, proper PPE, emergency plan. Basically, no guesswork, no shortcuts. No Jason saying I'll just have a quick look. No Jason. Sit down. Let's say someone needs to check the inside of a tank. It's been emptied, and the chief says, just get in there and have a nose around. Shouldn't take long. Now, what should happen? Step 1. Risk assessment. Done by someone competent. Not someone who learned about confined spaces from a TikTok video. Step 2. Permit to work. A written permission form. If it's not filled out, you're not going in. Not even to just tighten that one bolt. Step 3. Gas testing. Using a calibrated detector, not your nose. Your nose is terrible at this. Step 4. Isolation of services. Lock out all energy sources. You don't want the valves deciding to throw a tantrum while you're inside. Step 5. PPE. Harness, radio, gas monitor, helmet, and those gloves that make you feel like an astronaut. Step 6. The standby person. Someone trained, alert, and not scrolling through their phone while you're down there. Step 7. Rescue plan. Before you go in. Not something you start drafting when you realize no one's come back after lunch. We've all heard the classics. I've done this loads of times, it's just a quick check, I'll be fine, I've got a torch, I'll hold my breath. And my personal favorite, the last guy went in and he was alright. Yeah, until he wasn't. Let's talk about the standby person. This isn't just someone to stand there and look interested, this is your lifeline. They must be trained, know the emergency plan, stay in position, be ready to raise the alarm, and not wander off to just grab a cuppa, because if you're inside and something goes wrong, you don't want them halfway through a sausage roll, do you? You don't plan a rescue after it's needed, you plan before. COSWP says, have your rescue equipment on site, keep first aid close, ensure your team knows what to do, and don't rely on we'll figure it out if something happens. That's not a plan. That's a disaster in fancy dress. Do follow the COSWP checklist. Wear the right PPE. Check gas levels continuously. Ask questions, even the daft ones. It's better than not asking at all. Don't. Assume it's safe because it looks clean. Go in for a second. Let peer pressure push you in. Be afraid to say, no, this isn't right. So there you have it. Confined spaces, not so confined. When you're armed with the knowledge in COSWP, stick to the checklist, take it seriously, and don't end up a safety statistic because you thought rules were optional. Like, subscribe, and share this with that one crew member who still thinks confined space entry is just common sense. And remember, don't go in unless you know how you're getting out. COSWP saves lives, permit to work, gas detection, rescue plan, training. Subscribe for more safety tips at sea. Stay smart, stay safe. This video is intended to provide a basic overview and general understanding of confined spaces, and the principles outlined in the Code of Safe Working Practices, COSWP. It is not a substitute for formal, company-approved confined space entry training. All personnel must complete their organization's authorized confined space training and follow their specific safety management systems, procedures, and permit-to-work requirements before undertaking any confined space activities. Always consult your ship's safety officer, designated competent person, or company safety documentation for full guidance.